A lot of people who create art, it's always just been a thing you do. And I know like from the time I was very, very little, I would like draw in picture books and such, which my parents didn't love, to be honest, but it was always been something I've done to some extent. My name is Julian Pendergraff. I'm in visual art and I go to Bavel, so it's like an online school through Glasgow. I think I would have to say that I find myself creating art the most just whenever I've got the time. This last year I've been really focused on a lot of my like general education requirements and preparing for college, trying to get all those hours in. I would probably say that the biggest role art has in my life is like having a release to some extent of like all of these big things that you're doing and like college preparation and like trying to make decide on a job and all these things. I think art has been a really great escape to just like allow myself to express myself and really explore the things that I kind of set aside when I'm focusing on that kind of thing. I definitely think I would like to make a career out of it just because it's something I enjoy so much. I think it would be a shame to spend my life doing something that doesn't make me half as passionate as this does. There is, I think, so much that you do in life for other people and that like you contribute for the good of somebody else. I think it's important to have something that you do for yourself. So I'm queer, and I know growing up it was very difficult living in like, not necessarily the South, but like a very rural area, not necessarily seeing a ton of representation. I really enjoy making art that is representative of a broader range than we maybe see in traditional media. And I hope that the art I create somebody might see that and be like, oh, hang on, that's like somebody like me. I think I would define like having succeeded as being at a point where I can support myself with my own art and where I can, I guess, get the message across that I want to with my art. I would say like a lot of people in my life have kind of pushed me further into art. I've had really great teachers who have, even though their class wasn't necessarily like an art class, like see me doodling and like pull me aside and been like, hey, this is really cool, you should like totally keep trying. I think the people around you are incredibly important in like helping you appreciate your art, just having like that community and that support. There are definitely steps I'm taking to like push art more into my life. I have recently started working with like a couple different communities online and opening up commissions and having like that sort of like financial aspect where I'm gaining a little bit of an income from that. In addition, GSA is obviously a pretty big one just because it's a 3-week program and it's really cool to like be around so many artists. I'm really hoping that like being here and talking to all the people and like seeing all the expert opinions from like our instructors and such can kind of give me some guidance on where to go next. Seeing everybody else who is like so incredibly passionate about what they do has definitely kind of made it click for me that like, oh, this can be a thing that I do, and like there are so many people who are so passionate about this, and the presentations we've seen where people have made a career out of it and there's been so many different paths you could take. I definitely feel a lot better about it now after GSA. The presenter this morning where she had mentioned that like there's no blueprint to the artistic journey. I think that would be a takeaway, that like even if I do have to take some time where I'm doing something different, that doesn't mean I'm not an artist. That doesn't mean that like somehow I can no longer identify that way. Like I can always come back to it. I think if you were to live a life where you are incredibly like well supported, you have a lot of financial stability, you could still be incredibly unhappy. So I think it's important to prioritize, especially since, you know, to our knowledge, we get one chance at this. Why not enjoy your life? Like, why not do it in a way that you can feel proud of later on?